radio show have been disinfected from head to toe. The show begins now.
What's up, everyone? How you guys and gals doing out there? I guess I can't stream on X unless you get a premium account now. Screw that.
Oh, damn.
That's bullshit.
You've been blocked?
No, you just have to have a premium account now.
Well, there goes that.
That's horse shit, man.
That ain't right.
No, it ain't right, man.
We've been streaming on them all the time. Now all of a sudden they got to change the rules.
Now I got to change the rules. Now we'll just put it in Insane Throttles, Bikers, and Brotherhood now.
There you go. Change it up.
Change it up.
Change it up.
Even though a lot of people like watching on X.
I know. I get a lot of viewers on X.
I'm telling you what, man. Last night, 3 hours, man. And here I am back doing another show while you laid on your ass on the bed. And I was on for 3 hours.
And I was watching for free out. Okay, 2.5. I dozed off for 30 minutes in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie.
That was kind of intense last night.
That was insane.
Got all kinds of different viewpoints.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Should I keep my opinions to myself? Or should I just roll with it?
For, against, everything came up.
Oh, it was going every which way. Hey, Dibber.
What's up, man? So, yeah, it was kind of like, wow. Long freaking show.
That was very long.
I felt like I was in a telethon.
I think in all the years you've been doing this, I think that was the longest show you ever had.
Well, you know what? I think I was kind of out of my element, though. I got to admit that. Here I am, a Peckerwood, just sitting in front of all this. I was like, damn, dude, you guys do shit different, man.
Dude, you were cracking me up. You were cracking me up.
Why?
Because I'm watching and all I see is you leaning back in your chair.
I'm just leaning back in my chair, letting them go at it, man. Because, you know, I'm sitting here, okay, why am I going to speak on something? I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about here. You know, because in clubs, you have bylaws on our side, okay? And those bylaws are everything.
And those bylaws are followed to the T.
And over here, it seems like no. So I was confused. I was like, Sylvester.
It's all right. I think I got it all figured out. I think I got it figured out. The whole thing. I think I get it.
Okay, what is it?
All right. Well, supposedly, it was a 50-50 vote on BD. They couldn't make up their mind whether or not he should be in or out of the club. Okay. And this was talking years ago in the beginning. So whoever this, what is his name?
I can't believe that either, Dibs. I was like, damn, I'll give you a platform, but I didn't know they go like that. But go ahead.
And what was his name? Pep?
Yeah, Pep.
Pep, I guess, decided since it was a 50-50 vote, he was going to just say, forget about it. And he handed him the patches and told him to do his thing. So BD did his thing, started his own.
And they didn't have bylaws that stated, hey, you know, you had to be within the mother chapter to be a national. That was the club's mistake right there.
Yeah, it wasn't in there.
So they, you know, nowadays things are so freaking different, man. You know, but when I was like that, I was like, dude, I'm a marshmallow here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You were the, oh, I gotta say it. You were the white chip in the bag of burnt chips.
Yeah, I was like,
Just
you know,
saying.
I can't speak on that stuff. I look like a fool.
It wouldn't sound.
I
right
can
for you
ask
to-
I asked a lot of questions because, you know, some stuff just didn't make sense to me.
Well, in the very beginning, I think the whole thing was just a cluster hell.
I know a lot of the audience was lost.
Oh, the chat room was going interesting.
What was the chat? I couldn't. You know what? I really could because we had so many people on. I couldn't keep up because all my screen was doing was okay. I ain't
It was
stopping.
like it was like flying.
Yeah, I couldn't
Now,
freaking see
for
anything.
me, you had twice as many people, but because you had it posted everywhere. So on my end, there was at least like about 500-600,
And that was just on the YouTube channel.
and that was just YouTube. So like I seen like a crap ton from Dibber. I seen a crap ton in there.
I wish
from
Dibber.
Steve.
I would have brought the Dibber would have torn their asses, man. Dibber would have torn those freaking black asses. Said you try that shit in
and it's
England.
fun, and it's funny because half the people in there is like Why is this even being talked about? Why isn't this being taken care of in-house? And well, here's why, because all these paperwork, air quotes,
Oh my God. You know what?
was
I'd be
sent
scared.
to everybody.
I'd be scared shitless. I would. I'd be scared shitless to be in a club that has a paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there thinking Hollywood is RICO'd. That's what I'm sitting there thinking about. I wouldn't do that. No fucking way. I get RICO'd and shit like that.
I think everybody in every club would be if everybody had all this paper trail. But they obviously had a paper trail because why? Every single person that was probably on that show last night had a copy of all this paperwork.
Oh, I was sent it, but I didn't want to, it sucks that Wood got sucked into this mess just because he's cool with BD. You know what it is with me? I always stay true to my platform. When there was something going on with clubs, I invite the clubs on to go ahead and talk and, put what they wanted out there. But I'll ask you them tough ass questions too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it because you wanted to come on the show. Okay. I'm not one of those rah, rah, rah guys. We're going to ask the questions. I've been asked to talk on this, but said no, as it was a live issue. No doubts I'll talk on it. I know Jim's going to put up their ass. Now, I guess the club came on because they thought, because of the followers that Black Dragon had, was he was going to speak on it. So I don't know who threw the first shots. I think it was the club that threw the first shots. I'm confused. I don't watch much of the internet anymore.
Well, I know.
So I didn't know a lot of stuff that was going on.
I noticed majority of the guys that were on the panel last night, they already had shows during the week covering this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought Mike Ball was going to have a roundtable afterwards. I don't know if he went to bed or something. He's in Alabama now. He gets tired from all the work they do down in the swamp.
I think he went to bed. But
what were you saying?
That everybody that was pretty much all the guys like Archbishop and Cell and like they all did shows about this whole scenario prior to yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was getting sent clips through Instagram by someone.
And Steve, I did invite BD on the show. He did. He wants to do it his own way.
And he did, because I was sitting right here.
I invited him. I called him. I said, hey, man, you come on. And he wants to do it his way, so he can do it his way. I missed most of it. Yeah, that was about the after show. I didn't know if they did it or not.
It was very strange that a bunch of men were making a case for or against a guy who didn't even show up to make his own case.
Well, I did.
He did call him during it.
Yeah, and I said, do you want to come on? And
he said no.
He wants to do it on his own, so that that's with him to do.
Yeah, he said he'll do it on his own time.
You know what? I am jealous kind of Diver.
Why?
Because they do shit right out there. That's what we used to do here. It's not like that here no more. This is like reality TV over here. You don't hear shit about UK clubs. Never. Not a damn thing.
Never. But the thing I thought that was the most interesting was in the chat, almost every person made a statement when you had the OGs from the mother.
You know what my favorite part of that whole damn show was?
What?
My favorite part of the show was the ending.
Yeah.
When I got to talk to the Vietnam vets. I thought that was more interesting than what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to interview them. I am.
Yeah.
Nothing about clubs, nothing about bikes. I just want to. They lived in air where there was a lot of civil strife in this country. That was my favorite part of the show. That's pretty fucked up, ain't
it? It was actually, I think, the best part. I'm not going to lie. That was my favorite part. Because the rest of it, it was like, what just happened?
It was like they said, it was like Jerry Springer on in this motherfucker. Jerry up there clapping for Hollywood right now. Mm-hmm. Way to go, Hollywood. What a clusterfuck.
Steve, I bet BD wishes he never made the video about Wrecking Ball Bob. That's who started all this, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
I don't know. I was sent that video.
I'm
originally.
extremely interested in what Hollywood was saying at the end of last night about having a talk with the Vietnam vets. That was my favorite part of the show.
It was like the last 30 minutes.
I think that this cluster fuck right here has really made clubs not look so good.
No. It makes it look like clubs don't follow their bylaws, is what it made it look like.
Let's see here. Dibs. We just have a question and answer show. So many things done different over here. Over here, if you profit from the club's name or have the club's patch on anything where you're making money, every single penny belongs to that's the way it used to be.
And I think
that's something I should have asked right there if they got anything. That's one question I should have asked that I didn't.
I put it in the chat, but you said you couldn't see a lot of the chat, so because that was one of my biggest questions was is the mother chapter just mad because he's profiting off their name through YouTube and books and like all this other stuff, and whether or not they got a cut?
Well, see, the chat was going too fast for me last night.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it in the UK, they're the only ones you rarely talk about. It's always Australia and the United States and Canada. We're a bunch of dumb fucks.
You don't hear nothing about the UK.
Yeah, because we're dumb fucks.
Ever. I don't know. I don't know that whole thing last night.
What do you think about that? What Steve just said, Dibber? I think that's probably where the stuff started. You think it started because
they weren't getting a cut?
Wasn't getting a cut, or he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, who all knew about Black Sabbath until Black Dragon?
I didn't even know who the fuck they were.
I mean, I don't think anybody did until Black Dragon started talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've watched like tons of Black Dragon shows, and it's like, and his Prospect Bible or whatever the hell he wrote, I don't even know, never read it, but all the things that he pushed with all these books that he wrote, and it's all about the club, and I don't think the club got anything out of it.
Well, it's none of our business, but I
think I agree with Steve though that this all could have been started because of that, because they didn't get their cut.
Well,
and
we don't want to put rumors out there.
In my opinion, it's my opinion.
I was gonna say, don't put rumors out there. I don't want to have to fricking go out on the air and say, yeah, China Doll was a dumbass.
No, that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. And the question was stated on numerous occasions during the show last night, but it went by the chat went by way too quick for you to even keep up.
Do you find it believable, everything? Or do you think it's somewhere in the middle as far as all the problems?
I'm on the fence. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's like, I've talked to him.
See, people were saying, well, Hollywood, what did you accomplish with that? You didn't change any minds. It wasn't your deal to change anybody's mind.
It wasn't your issue to change anything.
And I said that before I even came on. They're gonna speak, and then you make all your own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there to change anybody's mind.
Mm-mm. You were just trying to let everybody put their stuff out there.
I'm all for listening to OGs, but part of that sounded like a parody. One guy can't hear and isn't comprehending anything, and his sidekick in the background yelling from across the
Dibber says, I think everyone knows my views on the books.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, you see, Dibber's the grandfather here, man. A lot of us actually look to him to see what's going on and his viewpoints, because we know that he's got it right over there. And it's not like here.
It's called you shouldn't talk about stuff you shouldn't talk about.
But the problem was, once it was out, then you have to address it. See, that's one thing I always try to tell clubs is when the media goes after you, get on a platform that can freaking rival them.
Yeah.
and get your side of the story out.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this wasn't a news story as far as the mainstream media was.
But it could eventually go there.
No, it's not.
I hope not, though. That'd be stupid. Steve says when he started out, he sold himself as BD Black Sabbath National. It was his whole brand. Then he says, I was like, oh no, this is like Jersey times 1,000 with that craziness.
I've had some crazy asses on my show, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have.
Hollywood Springer is what it should be.
Everybody who's putting that in the chat too about Jerry Springer. This is the new Jerry. Yeah.
I'd make a fun Jerry.
It'd be great. Be great.
Unbelievable. Not gonna lie, except for the old picture of the one club member Hollywood was talking to in his old age, that member looked black. Like I said, I felt like a marshmallow. That's why I didn't really get into everything. I asked my questions, sat back, let everybody else talk their business. And I think that's important for an interviewer to do, is you ask your questions, let them respond without interrupting.
Well, you know what I noticed though is Steve would. Now I threw a chair.
Pay attention to us.
Now I did notice though that you were asking the OGs, as they were calling themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mother chapter. You were asking them a lot of questions, but they weren't really giving you straight answers.
And they shouldn't.
That's their choice.
No, they did it the way that it was supposed to be done. You walk around it and you put in, inferences out there. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
But just to have OGs on the show was cool.
That was cool. That was cool. You gave everybody their chance.
The older ones yelling at Hollywood and shit. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? I didn't do it.
It's like, I'm just here. I didn't do nothing. You're like, it wasn't me.
I think you had a Joe Biden moment. You forgot.
Joe Biden reference. That's not nice. That's funny though. Not gonna lie.
Anyway, our president was almost shot.
Well, I mean, it grazed him.
No, I'm talking. Well, yeah, grazed. I'm talking almost shot right through the brain.
Yeah, according to our son, almost nailed in the kill zone.
I'm telling you what, Trump is a gangster. He is a straight up gangster. He got freaking shot, gets up, blood all over the place, throwing out fist bumps, fight. Can you believe this?
It was insane.
And then he goes plays golf the next day.
Yes, he did.
And now he's in Milwaukee.
Yes, he is. And you should see, oh man, I watched like 100 videos yesterday of all the bikers that were heading to Milwaukee because they said that the bikers would make better security for Trump.
They would, compared to this Secret Service bullshit. I think it was an inside job.
I'm sorry, but once again, I'm going to have to say it. A female should not be in charge of the Secret Service.
I don't think a female should be in charge of anything.
I never said, well, I don't think they should be in charge of the Secret Service, and I don't think a female should be president, but that's just me.
Did you see those them broads that couldn't even holster their gun?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so embarrassing for them.
All right, so let's start at the beginning of that. Here's the beginning. Before Trump even arrived there, I don't know if anybody noticed, but the American flag was all twisted and shaped as an angel.
It was.
100%.
It was.
100%. Please explain to me why the building that this kid got up on, and I'm going to call him a kid. He was 20. He's a kid.
He's a dead motherfucking kid right now.
He's a dead kid, but he's a kid. Why that building, being at least 400 feet from where Trump was standing, was not barricaded and protected so nobody could get in or out of that building.
Mm.
And let me tell you, there's tons of people asking that exact same question because it should have been.
I want to read this to you real quick.
Mm,
He got shot at 6:11.
yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. At 6:11, he got shot.
Yeah. So what made you think of Ephesians 6:11?
I just seen it pop up. He was shot, and so that you put on the full armor of God.
Well, I think the first sign was the flag being twisted into the shape of an angel. And I agree with what Dibber actually just said. I agree with that. It specifically says that Dibber put strange how it happened after Biden and Trump. Biden said Trump had a bullseye on him.
You know what is funny?
Mm.
All these freaking stupid Looney Tune Democrats now coming out saying we have to unite. You fuckers for the last 10 years have been talking about the Biden as Hitler fascism.
Yeah. They need to just shut up.
Nobody wants to. I think they're scared to death now, don't you? Because they came within millimeters of starting a civil war. Millimeters if they would have killed Trump.
Uh-huh. And all these that female, the one that's head of this Secret Service, she is a part of the Biden administration.
Did you see how disgusting it was? CNN, their first headline was Secret Service brushes off Trump because he fell on the ground. Them bastards.
Of course they're gonna cover it wrong. Why would they go right?
Everybody's getting tattoos of that picture, man. That picture is gonna go down in freaking history books.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's amazing, dude. They say black people don't support Trump. Hold on, let me see if I can get. They got the hood. That's what I'm talking about. Gangster. Trump is a gangster after this.
He drove through the hood with his people, and they were all standing on the side of the roads cheering him on. They were. I seen it.
That DEI hiring crap for the Secret Service, they wanted 30% more females. And now let's just be honest. Females, they're not good bodyguards. How are you going to have a female as a bodyguard?
Oh, I think that was their
They
first
can't
mistake.
do shit.
I think that was the first mistake. Not to mention, all right. Jonathan Willis. Do you know who he was?
No.
He was the sniper on top of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking the shooter because that was Thomas. Jonathan Willis was one of the two men that were on top of the roof that they believe is the one that ended up shooting Thomas.
Canoed his ass.
But if you watch the clip,
No, you know what? I watched the Navy SEAL sniper talk about this.
I did too. And he said what he did, according to the Navy SEAL, was 100% correct.
Yeah.
That's where I was
Because people
going.
are saying, well, he
but
let
I was
him
gonna
shoot.
say, if you watch the clip, people are making all these assumptions. But if you paid attention and listened to what that one guy, the Navy SEAL, said, what he did is exactly what he was supposed to do. He was following protocol.
Senior House Democrats tell Axios they have resigned themselves to a second Trump presidency after the assassination attempt. The report also claimed that all talk about replacing Biden has stopped for the time being. It goes on to say we're all just focused on expressing condolences because they know they can get shot too now.
Yep.
See how that works? They're all scared shitless. Wait a second. I could get shot. He had the Secret Service.
But one of the things that you're not seeing a lot of in the news after this whole situation, because everybody's talking about, Trump and everything, is people are not talking about Corey Comptor.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Comptor was the firefighter, the retired firefighter that was killed behind Trump.
Yeah.
And he lost his life that day. And a lot of people are not talking about him. But he was a former fire chief.
Trump talked about him. Trump actually, there's a GoFundMe page for him.
Because he does have a family. There are 2 other Pennsylvania residents that were also shot at the rally. They were identified as Pennsylvania State Police as they were identified by the Pennsylvania police, David Dutch, 57, and James Copenhaver, 74, and they are both in stable condition. So a lot of this stuff, everybody's saying what they're saying, but nobody's really talking about the people that got injured and lost their lives. And
now Trump ain't doing that.
I'm not doing what?
He's talking about them.
Well, I'm just saying the news people.
Oh, fuck the news.
When this first all went down, everybody was more talking about Trump and the shooter, and there was like 3 different names of shooters out there because nobody could get their crap together. But this poor gentleman lost his life, and nobody brought it up. And, I just figured I wanted, because he was a girl dad, and, because he had 2 daughters. And I just wanted to make sure that his name was brought up. So, I feel for his family, and it's a very sad thing that they're going through right now. The fact that this man just went to stand behind Biden or stand behind Trump. He stood behind Trump. He was a big Trump fan. He was a big Trump supporter. And then something like this went and happened. I also know that the shooter, Thomas, his parents, as of yesterday, I don't know about today, but as of yesterday, his parents were refusing to speak to any news media. They are saying they are not going to talk to anybody until all the stories are straight.
All the stories, your kids
they know what happened, because they have, according to the little bits and pieces that are out there, like from the dad, he's the only one that said a few things, that he has no idea why this happened.
I don't know why it happened.
Because I guess according to the dad, the son was a Republican.
It don't matter what political beliefs
according
they have.
to that's why I'm saying that's what the dad made that little bit of a
I think
statement.
that's funny. I went on and I posted I'll read a post that I put up after this, and I put it up on my Facebook page. Here's what I put up here.
I seen it.
Come together, my ass. Damn left is a bunch of crybabies who throw tantrums when they can't get their way. Generation X, this is our fault because we raised a bunch of pussies and gave them everything they wanted because we were afraid they wouldn't like us. Generation X wanted their kids to be their friends instead of whooping their ass. We gave them participation trophies and the inability to know the difference between a man and a woman. Now we get adult tantrums being called fascists, Nazis, because they can't get their way. The leftist bastards don't even know what a fascist or Nazi is, but because you have these leftist elitists on the coast are saying it, you believe it to be true. You were all better under Trump. You were able to afford to put food on the table, able to afford freaking gas. Now we have a demented old man who isn't running the country, a puppet because of your ignorant asses. Why? Because you can't handle someone putting it to you straight. You got offended by damn tweets. No wars with Trump. Now you have this world closer to World War III than ever before. Keep getting your news from MSNBC, CNN, or The View. You all deserve to be looked upon as ignorant and worthless. Better yet, and this is for Chicago, keep taking your government welfare and crime-ridden city because you only vote for these morons just to get your benefits. Chicago is the next Detroit. Your thoughts?
I got nothing on that. I agree with
What do you
everything
mean? What do you mean you got nothing on that?
I agree with everything you put. I personally think, all right, here, in my opinion,
Why should we come together when they started put this bullshit after the last 10 years?
I don't think anything's gonna come together. It's gonna always be split down the middle now. And it's whose fault? Not it's their fault. It's not our fault.
You know what? Mike's in the interview room right now. What's up, Mike? I would have him on about his commentary about last night, but I don't know if he wants to come on. But go ahead.
I mean, I don't think it's ever nothing is ever going to unite like 9/11.
No.
That's my opinion.
No.
We're never going to be united as a country like we were back at 9/11. It's never going to be like that because this country now is so far split down the middle that,
and it's the media's fault.
And it is the media's fault, and it's going to stay that way. I personally think. I don't think it's ever going to be like that ever again.
I don't think we should let it be that way anyway. I don't think we should. Do you?
What's that?
Let it go good anymore. They put us through hell.
I don't think. What do you mean?
With all their bullshit for the last 10 years with their fucking
Well, do you
Nazi
really want to
shit.
be like kumbayaing with those retards right now? I mean, I wouldn't. Look at everything that they've
put for the retards.
You want to like hold hands across America now? I mean, is this what we're going to do? Is that the only way we can come together? I mean, I know this wasn't it was an attempted assassination, even though they're trying to play it off like it's not. And it's not like 9/11, right? It's not the same. It's not as tragic, but I don't see this country ever coming back together again like we did then. It's never going to happen. We're too far. It's too far. It's too far gone.
We're in a tailspin now.
This country's too far gone.
And you know what? Blame it on your crybabies.
Well, I'm going to blame it on the crybabies, and I'm also going to blame it on the president that's in office right now. It's his fault this whole country split.
You know what? That flag was in the shape of an angel. Holy shit.
I told you. Do you have it? Can you show it?
No, I was just looking at it. That was pretty cool.
I told you. Y'all got to pay attention. I pay attention to the dumb stuff. Sorry.
Well, you know, dummies do.
If you get a chance, since Hollywood's not going to show it, you should look up the flag before Trump got there. It was twisted up between the two posts or the ladders or whatever was holding it up, and it's twisted like an angel.
Let's see here. The Secret Service director she has close ties with the Cheneys, the Bidens, and is responsible for the J6 deleted text scandal.
Yeah.
She evacuated Vice President Dick Cheney on 9/11.
Yeah.
A lot of people are starting to ask a lot of questions.
Uh-huh.
A lot of questions. I don't know. Let me know what all you guys and gals think right there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you on the other end. China Doll will be back tomorrow.